Imagine this.
Fear doesn't stay in your mind here. It changes everything around you. And once it starts, you can't stop it. At first, people thought it was just coincidence, a bad feeling followed by something going wrong, a sudden fear and the world reacting in subtle ways. Lights flicker, shadows stretch, voices feel closer than they should be. But over time, a pattern became impossible to ignore. The more afraid you are, the more the world bends to that fear. Small fears create small changes. You're afraid of being watched, and suddenly you notice eyes everywhere. You're afraid of failing, and things begin to fall apart around you. But deeper fears, they don't just distort reality, they rewrite it. There are no fixed rules here, no stable world, only one constant. Your fear decides what becomes real. Living here isn't about avoiding danger, it's about controlling your own mind. People don't fear the world anymore, they fear themselves, because even the smallest thought can trigger something. You walk into a room and suddenly wonder if everyone is judging you, and just like that, they are. Not because they want to, but because your fear made it real. Someone fears being alone, so people slowly stop calling. Messages disappear, voices fade, until one day there's no one left. Others are afraid of the dark, so the shadows grow deeper, longer, closer, until they start moving on their own. No one talks about their fears anymore because saying it out loud makes it stronger. People train themselves to stay calm, to think less, to feel less. But the problem is, the more you try not to be afraid, the more aware you become of it. And in this world, that's all it takes. There's one rule people learn quickly here. Don't think about it. But that's exactly the problem. Because the more you try to control your thoughts, the louder they become. You tell yourself you're fine, but there's always that one fear you can't ignore. For you, it starts small. What if something is watching me? At first, nothing happens. Then you start noticing things. Reflections that don't match your movement. Shadows that feel slightly off. That feeling, you're not alone anymore. You try to ignore it, but that's when it gets worse. Because now, you're afraid that it's real. And the moment that fear settles in, the world responds. You hear something behind you. You turn, nothing. But your heart is racing now, and you can feel it. It's getting closer. You try to escape it, but fear doesn't need space. It just needs you. And the more you run, the more real it becomes. Until one question remains. Did this always exist? Or did I create it? At some point, you realize you can't keep pretending. Ignoring it doesn't work. Distracting yourself doesn't work. Even staying calm doesn't work anymore. Because now, you're afraid of your own fear. And that's when everything breaks. The room feels smaller. The air gets heavier. The walls shift. Your reflection is watching you. And now your fear has changed. It's not about what's out there anymore. It's about losing control. And in this world, that's the most dangerous fear of all. But here's the unsettling part. This world doesn't feel unfamiliar, because even here, fear already shapes reality. The fear of failure stops people from trying. The fear of rejection keeps people silent. And even the fear of being alone makes people stay. Nothing changes outside, but everything changes inside. And over time, those fears start to look like reality. So maybe the difference isn't that big. In that world, fear rewrites reality instantly. In this one, it does it slowly, quietly, until one day you realize how much of your life was shaped by something that was never real. So the real question is, if your fears shaped reality, how different would your life look? Or maybe, just maybe, they already do.